Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Han. Today I will talk about the advantage of multiple methods of valuation and the discounting cash flow method. After all, I will talk about my own opinion about combining both methods in evaluating a company. Okay, so regarding multiple method valuation, I found the top three advantage of this method is the first one is simplicity. As the professor mentioned in class, as a symbol is very popular for investor, broker, seller, buyer, stock to talk about this, and we can see it everywhere on the website as the PE ratio, that a multiple based on the earning per share. So the second one, this method they don't depend on the forecast of the future. If we depend on the forecast of future, and no one 100% sure about what happen in the future. So if we depend on the forecast of future, we will face the risk of uncertainty. And thanks to the multiple method, we don't have to depend on the forecast of future. So the last one, I think the most important advantage is the obvious evidence to qualify our valuation accuracy through the comparable company. So in this case, comparable company information will give us the obvious evidence to qualify our model of multiple methods. So we give the financial comparable company, and we prove that there are some common points between the comparable company and our company. So based on that evidence, based on that proof, we will show the valuation of our company. Okay, so move on to the discounted cash flow. I believe the discounted cash flow is a good approach for us to think about, because it's a sophisticated method of forecasting. We have, with discounting cash flow method, we have a spreadsheet, and in that we forecasting what happened in the future to the company, and based on that, what is the cash flow, and we discount all of them. So we have to use a lot of technique and ratio to apply for that. So it is sophisticated, and it should be accurate based on the fact that it's sophisticated, using the WACC, using cost capital, using free cash flow, using the financial information. The second one, I think it's a good tool of sensitive analysis. So based on our model of valuating, we will have a lot of factor over there, and it's relate to each other in a mutual relationship. When we change a factor, so every other factor we change, it's a good thing for us to think about the sensitive analysis right here. The third one is the easy adjustment for every factor of valuating model. Like I said, because we build our discounting cash flow based on a spreadsheet with a lot of factors. So finally, if we come up with a value and we think we have to make an adjustment, so we only need to return to our model and change one factor or two factors, whatever we like, and we will come up with a new valuation. The fourth point of the advantage is the strong foundation. So in discounting cash flow, we use historical financial of company to forecast what happened in the future, to forecast the free cash flow of the company. So those financial is a strong foundation for us. For example, balance sheet, income statement, cash flow, 10K, all of them is verified and published on the SEC website. So the last one is manager view for forecasting. So I would say that no one knows myself than me, right? So the manager of the companies will have the most accurate view of the company than everyone else. So we will use this assumption of manager view for forecasting. So it's very likely that we come with an accurate view of the valuation. So finally, I will talk about my own recommendation for combining discounting cash flow and multiple methods when evaluating a company. So first, to answer the question when to use, I would say that I will combine both methods when evaluating a startup company with no historical financial. So we have no clue. We have nothing to use discounted cash flow. The second one is we are not confident with the comparable company because of some critical differences between the value company and comparable company. So we should combining to take advantage of both upsides of discounted cash flow and multiple methods. So my recommendation for combining both methods is here. So for example, I evaluating a company called A. Okay, my first step is finding comparable companies for the company A, following a number of rows of multiple methods. The second step, we will evaluate those comparable companies using discounted cash flow, but with our companies assume parameters. For example, like sales growth, expense growth, and capital structure. You guys should descale those comparable companies if necessary to make it match up with each other. The third step, I will find multiples after evaluating those companies. So when we have the valuation from the discounted cash flow method, we will find out the multiple, like the PE, like the P to EBITDA, and P to free cash flow, whatever we think is suitable for this valuation. And the final step, we will use those multiples to evaluate our company, to evaluate the company A. So that is the 4 steps I would recommend to use in combining discounted cash flow and multiple methods.